I've been wanting to like kind of remake a hymn for a while, and I didn't really know which one. And actually, that song originally started out as I just like was kind of on YouTube one day looking through stuff, and I was like, oh, I wonder if anyone has remixed "Jesus Loves Me," and I didn't really find anything that wasn't like corny, you know what I'm saying? And so I was like, my original idea was like, what if I took that song and I talked about like atheism and said like, someone who's like, why are little kids in Africa starving or whatever, and talk about it from like that vantage point. That was my original idea, and then it became much more of a testimonial track. And so even when we were like recording and making the song, I recorded it with Tommy Prophet. He's a big producer. He actually produced probably 70-80% of NF stuff or whatever, but we're good friends. We both went to the same college, and I've known him for a while. And so we linked up. He did this song and knocked it out super quick. It was awesome. But like the whole vibe that I wanted to have was, I kept describing it as like 75% beautiful, 25% like creepy, like horror movie kind of, So I wanted to have a little bit of that dark feel, so it's about a dark subject, And we didn't even write the third verse off the top. Like we basically had the first two verses, and I wrote both of those, and we knew that it had to end like redemptive somehow, but I didn't know if I wanted to go huge and cinematic or what. And then we were just like, dude, let's just try it. And actually, the third verse that came out was pretty crazy, because I really feel like for a moment, and this is like where, I believe like solid theology and all that, but like, anytime you bring in your personal experience with God, people always like to nitpick and be like, I don't know if that's biblical or whatever. But my experience was, as I was writing this third verse about the redemption, I was having like this hardcore writer's block, and I didn't know why. And then it was like God allowed me to feel like that. I don't know if he just took hedge of protection off of me or what, but allowed me to feel that same confusion, like sexual identity, for like 2 hours, like while I wrote this verse. And it was hard, but I wrote this last verse like just genuinely crying out to God, like, I need you to heal me and cleanse me and all this stuff, and stuff that I haven't felt in years. And it was almost like he allowed me to it just allowed me to experience that pain again for like while I was writing this last verse. And that's what really drove that cry out to God, asking him to heal me. And then after we recorded the song, it was like it was gone. It was crazy. So anyway, it was a journey making that song, man. So yeah.